This is just some scam. You know what I mean? At one point they say it's $50,000. Well, if you got enough money to know people like Chauncey Billups, I'm not negating this lifestyle. What I'm saying is, if you going to drag one down, why is Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier's faces all over everybody if you got La Cosa Nostra involved? When it's 30 defendants, why you got the 4 black dudes circling if you got 26 other people who's involved in this? And yeah, the betting thing, yeah, man, a lot of high profile events involve the celebrity gets you in the door. We've been in nightclubs where you only go to the nightclub because so and so gonna be there.
So let me break down your point. And it's not the fact you're saying that this is such big news because of Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier and Damon Jones. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be hearing about this.
My point is, this is not a scandal. This is illegal bet. This is irresponsible gambling. You know how they say, please gamble responsibly? Well, this is irresponsible gambling, which number one is not going anywhere. Number one. It's not like, because that's my thing. Why plaster these guys? And before we get into real basketball, you already know I wasn't a fan of Terry Rozier even a week ago. But do I feel like the man should lose his profession over what amounts to hundreds of thousands of dollars, not millions of dollars? What amounts to, these feel like things that they should have to be fined for. They should, I can't say what the punishment should be, but their punishment in the media, there's already people making photoshops of them in handcuffs. There's already people making photoshops of them in Orange State prison outfits. That's my point.
So the dollar amount for you, because you heard $50,000. I'm sure that this case is bigger than $50,000, but the dollar amount to you needs to be more to substantiate this type of press. So
this type of press, for me as a person with a media background, when I see them want to make a point, if you want to look at Deflategate, when the NFL had Deflategate, right? That was a congressional hearing over deflated footballs. Nobody was treated like a criminal. It was treated like the most important. It was treated like the Olympics. It was a congressional hearing about deflated footballs.
And you want to know why? Because it's a form of cheating. And you talking about a deflated football gives somebody an unfair advantage in a game that was supposed to be a game of. No team should have an advantage over another team as far as equipment and setting is concerned. So the fact that you're using these type of footballs is giving you a clear advantage. And that's a problem because of the betting and stuff like that, where you have other things involved. So now it makes it seem like somebody may have made you do this. You know what I mean?
So why wasn't Tom Brady? Why wasn't Tom Brady and old boy Goodell? Why weren't they? I didn't see them get this treatment in the media.
They did. No, Tom Brady did. Like, they did.
Okay.
Definitely okay. Tom Brady. He did. He caught it. He just bounced back from it because he came back and won again. You know what I mean? And they had somebody else take the rap for it.
Right.
You know, they had a fall guy.
And that's kind of what I feel like is happening with Chauncey. I feel like the Terry and Chauncey things are very different. Terry on the court, the footage, you can't lie from that footage. Him throwing games is too obvious to omit. You can see the footage. Chauncey, I feel like is more like a fall guy for this poker shit. I feel like he is more like the fall guy taking the blame for something. I doubt this dude knew La Cosa Nostra people 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Or when he was with the Pistons still. Like this may, I can't speculate if he was on hard times or what, but to me it feels like he is being the face of something that, like you said, he wasn't the one bringing the machines in. I doubt that Chauncey Billups was up there like, man, let me invent this UV scanner so I can, like, I don't think that's his skill set. I don't think that was how deep he was. But if he was sitting there as the hook to get other people on the line, I honestly just feel like at the end of the day, we're talking about money exchanging hands. We're not talking about life loss. The last time I watched the news was January 6th. I think that's the last time I actually watched a night of news, is when Trump and the Republicans violently tried to take over the country. And
so let's be clear. So listen to this. So 100% fact, Chauncey was part of these poker games. Or we're not gonna argue that he wasn't part of these poker games.
It's alleged, but yeah, let's go with it.
No, not even alleged. We need 100% facts that Chauncey's part of these games.
I'm saying alleged because court stuff.
Yeah.
I got you.
But let's go off and, do you think that he actually knew the play? Was he just there to play, or was he in on it?
Who can say? Who can say that?
And I think that's going to be his argument as to, I was there to play poker, but I didn't know people was getting cheated. Because I saw an interview with one of a professional poker player, and he was like, and this was a video that was there some years ago, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. He was like, yeah, I know about the Chauncey Billups poker games, and I knew they were cheating. And he was like, one of my partners came, was like, no, it's up to 100% legit. And he was like, nah, it's 100% a cheat, and I'm good. And he was like, some of his friends went, and they got took for everything.
Did he have details, or did he have a good story? Because this is what I be saying about canceling people, right? Every time they cancel somebody, or every time they do one of these public humiliation rituals, they always have the same ingredients. It's always like, I bet before Friday, some comedian is gonna go viral talking about this, because it's always a comedian. And then they always have some expert of, like with Diddy stuff. I heard they found like a party expert or a baby oil expert, some crazy stuff. With,
some stupid, yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times these experts work for the network. That's been my point, is that I just don't trust the media. This is not a scandal, bro. If Chauncey Billups did this for 15 years and he played poker 10 times a year, let's say $4 or $5 million exchanged hands in all of this. Is $4 or $5 million worth of gambling on sports? This is not nobody lost their life. This is not no sexual predator stuff. This ain't no bombs. We of all of the things that we have been concerned about, there are people who I know who have small businesses who can't even get their next wave of products out because these damn tariffs. I just, to me, don't know where people get lost in, oh, this the latest black guy in trouble. Let me consume it all. Because every single time we consume all of this, the black guy's in trouble, at the end of the day, Bill Cosby does not get paid from the Cosby Show anymore, bro. When that Cosby Show airs now, a white man gets that check because he no longer owns his IP. And why is he out of jail? Because it turned out that the evidence was falsified. Why is Diddy not doing all that tonic? Because they found out, okay, he didn't even have the sex. He paid somebody to have sex with his girlfriend. Is that cool? To some people, no. Some people, yes. But is that shooting and killing somebody? No. We've been wrapped up, to me, in trivial shit. I could care less who you sleep with after you leave the studio. I could care less.
Right.
I could care less who you gamble with, because I don't even gamble myself. We are off to one of the best starts the NBA has ever seen. You got this new Amazon NBC thing, which I thought was going to be kind of whack, but honestly, it's, I'm like, hey, I watched the game on NBC the other night. I ain't did that in forever.
And you think this is just a big distraction?
Stephen A. Smith said himself, he was like, Trump is coming. He's coming for all of us. I'm like, if you don't shut your clown ass up, dude. Like, you could be talking about the good shit happening But yeah, to me, this feels like a distraction.
And I was gonna ask you that. I was like, do you feel like because most of the NBA players are liberal and none of them really messing with Trump, that this is his way of trying to put a black eye on the league, saying like, here, I'm about to out some of y'all dirt just to
maybe
make y'all fall back in line?
Cause I don't watch the news, so I didn't even know that it was a new FBI director. And then I looked him up, and he's never led an investigation before. He's never been a field agent. Like,
Trump just went off on him because he didn't do something else Trump wanted him to do.
See, it's a soap opera, bro. Like, this man has never been elected to anything. Racism stuff aside, let's just look at straight up facts. Most black people would not follow a pastor who hadn't previously led a church. But Trump, what did Trump do before he was president? Other than complain about Barack, nigga was on reality TV, bro. Like, he was Flavor Flav. That was it. He was on reality TV. I'm telling you, from meeting Bill Cosby and spending 2 hours with him, I met Michael Jackson's dad. Spent maybe 2 hours with him. These dudes, to me, have done more with less. They're not Elon. They're not Trump. They weren't born into billion-dollar families. But they have, to me, done the American dream. They've taken their hard work and talent and created life, created generational wealth from their talents. If I was going to talk about some of these canceled black men, I would talk about it from that standpoint, because Robert Downey Jr., I'm a big fan of Robert Downey Jr. His arrest record is longer than R. Kelly's.
True.
Just feel like somebody like Chauncey Billups, bro. Like, people look up to this man. Like, he's done a lot. Like, it's not just what he's done on the court. People look at him for his character. Why ruin that over? If you had the money to sit at that table and bet with him, you had the money to lose it. Like, I don't feel sorry for you losing $50,000. I've never even bet $500.
No, I don't think it's that. I think these people lost more. See, the issue is the fact that these people lost more. The person that got cheated, they lost more, and then they lost more than what they can cover. So then they got threatened with extortion and other stuff. So like, you ain't got the money to do this, but you about to go cheat and do that for me. So now, like, you done got into this whole underworld because you can't pay this tab. Yeah. So it became a cycle of violence. You know what I mean?
And if the government is gonna focus on it, they need to just end the mafia, not end Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups' careers. That's all.
Like I said, it just is sketchy. Like I said, I read this indictment. I read most of it, and I'm a Chauncey Billups fan. I'm riding with Chauncey, but this is ugly. Because, end of the day, they raided these places. They got all the equipment. They got all the stuff. So somebody came and told and got caught and gave the playbook.
Yeah, and I'm like, why they ain't putting that? I want to see that person, because somebody had to tell. Because Chauncey was about to start coaching the Trailblazers a week ago. He wasn't about to tell.
Right. It's a whole list of defenders out here. Now, they got it posted. There's not going to be the face of the news, because that's not what people want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's where you just helped me with my point. If it's all these other defendants, why are we only seeing the black athletes?
Right, because they're the most famous. Just like now they saying, like, even with the Damon Jones, they saying like he gave information, but you don't hear about all other players. What you hear is maybe he gave information about LeBron, because that's his boy. So he gave information. So is LeBron in on it? It's looking like he could have gave information about 1,000 other players, but you gonna go right to LeBron because LeBron is a bigger name.
And that's where your point, right? That's where your point about. Your point about the. I just wanted to finish your point about the. If I think Trump is targeting the NBA, I think that you should be allowed to say you don't like the president in a free country, because when Trump was not president and Obama was president, he spent 8 years saying he didn't like the president. So you can't really be mad at somebody you don't like the president. That would be like illogical and crazy to me. But Barack was very embracing of all the sports world. And yeah, he had the NBA teams come to his White House, and because of Trump's racist policies, yeah, a lot of people were like, no, I don't want to I don't want to celebrate my championship with a White House visit. I don't know if that made him target the NBA or if the liberal agenda of the NBA. I mean, the NBA has a lot of flaws. However, Hispanic Heritage Month, Black History Month, contributions from women, contributions from Latino women, contributions for the elderly. Like, to me, the Republicans, I think they like football because football is like nameless, faceless. These dudes, it's almost like they're just faceless athletes that you don't have to care about. That's why NFL don't really have no powerful union. The NBA has a union ran by a black woman at the moment. I feel like the progressive American in this country, if you like things like supporting more than just your race, if you like supporting more than just your gender, yeah, you probably fuck with the NBA.
Right.
It's progressive. They're not perfect, but if it's somebody about to build some houses in Africa, it's probably the NBA, not the NFL. I ain't never seen the NFL do half of the societal good that the NBA does. So Trump I don't know how he feels about that type of shit. Maybe that type of thing is not what Republicans like, and he's like, nah, I'm about to. They might be trying to bust a union. That is a thing that Republicans do. I know the NFL does not have a strong union. The NBA does have a strong union. That's why when you get a rookie deal, you can only make this bare minimum. Like they have a union. The Republicans might be trying to get in and bust up the union. I don't know. I didn't even know they watched basketball.
You stupid. No, to connect this to a political standpoint, I can see the connection. If let's say, like, so let's just hypothetically say, if I know Patel was not in the good graces of Trump, and he said, well, I got this other investigation over here that can, get lead some headway and get a couple of the NBA, put a black light on the NBA, and he may say, no, we'll run with it and make it boom. I can see that happening just to make it seem like I got the greatest FBI director ever, and he's going to stand for justice and truth and all of this other stuff. So, I mean, it can be that.
Meanwhile, the thing didn't this same dude defund the Amber Alerts like last week? Like last month, the program that does the Amber Alerts. I could have swore I heard that Trump defunded that program. So he's not about keeping people safe. I didn't even know him and the FBI director was boys or frenemies or none of this shit. I just learned. I'll be watching.
They not.
Oh. Did he appoint him, or was he the dude that was there under Biden too?
No, he appointed him.
I be watching so little news. I don't be knowing.
Let's move this on, because we go back and forth down this rabbit hole with Chauncey. I pray for Chauncey. I hope he get up out of this. I'm seeing Chauncey. Look, and just to speak, before we move on, I'm sorry, let's just speak on the Terry Rozier. I think his is pretty cut and dry.
Right.
He got caught scamming. Somebody told, you can see he took himself out the game. And when you make them silly prop bets and a crazy payout, you pretty much know you about to get caught.
Man. And
that's what happened with him. He about to get banned from the league. He gonna be like Michael Porter Jr. little brother, gonna get banned, and that's gonna be the end of him. Like you say, you wasn't happy with him as a player in Miami.
Man.
Anyway.
Man.
So this is like addition by subtraction for you.
Nah, Miami, the Heat Nation is having like a lot of people like, we don't want to see his life ruined, you know what I mean, as a person. Right. But yeah, man, you gotta be responsible for your own shit. I mean, nobody made you do that, A lot of people are wondering, like, well, do we get our pick back? Because we traded a first round pick for him. And if you look on Heat Nation, anything on social media, a lot of people are like, hey, do we? Because that's like the Charlotte Hornets knew. And
no, they didn't know.
It's like, yeah. Who? Yeah, they
They
probably
didn't know.
didn't.
No, that pick. That's that man's decision.
Cause and Adam Silver cleared it. Cause the league cleared it too. So yeah. It's wild, man. It's wild. But yeah, and you hoop. You when you do your eye test, when you look at Terry Rozier and you could see, like, did you think anything years ago? Like, what was your thought process of him throughout his career? Like, he was in Boston, he was in Charlotte.
Loved him from Louisville, as he came up out of Louisville. Went to Boston. He worked hard.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have all the great attributes, but he worked hard. He made your team better. And then he got out of Boston and he went to Charlotte and he made them better. He was a hard worker. Now, again, he wasn't the greatest player. He just worked hard.
Right.
And that's what got him his stuff. That's what got him on the team. That's what got him to be a starter. But it wasn't as talented as other players. He's just a very, very hard working guard.
Yeah, gritty, do the little stuff. Yeah.
And I low-key, when he came to Miami, I thought that was a good look. I thought that would help y'all, that he would kind of fall into that toughness that y'all wanted to build with Bam and Jimmy. It would give y'all Kyle Lowry a little bit of relief. I thought that would be a good look for y'all.
Well, we traded Kyle for him, so a lot of us, I wanted Kyle to stay, but a lot of people were like over Kyle Lowry experiment. But
he was down. He old. He was around.
But no, man, I do feel like I think the main thing of all of this is, the season is just getting started. Them dropping that news even at that time is kind of suspect. But I feel like they about to have a rude awakening, because low key, I don't think the NBA fans really care that much about the betting scandal, bro. Like, we just talked about it for this time, but we about to move on to two other subjects. I think that's what most people are doing. Like, here's the betting scandal, but here's the NBA. Like, it's too much good shit going on to get caught up just in that.
I don't think the fans really care. Like I say, there's some good basketball, and I'm looking at the standings right now. And I think we should just go into your Western Conference, because I'm gonna do the hindsight. I'm not gonna do the hindsight 2020. I'm gonna tell you my picks, regardless of the standings right now.
Do your top six, and your top six with a 7 wild card. Let's hear them.
So I would have had my top six would have been Houston. It would have been OKC. It would have been Minnesota. Denver. Who else we gonna go with? Memphis. And probably the Clippers.
Wait, when you say would have been, you mean would have been when? Like you mean this your squad, right? These are your squads right now?
Hey, we did this last week. That's who I would have picked.
That'd
have been my top six.
Before that,
on the outs.
Before last night.
Yeah, and what would have been like the Lakers would have been on the outside. Dallas would have been on the outside. San Antonio would have been on the outside. But Golden State would have been on the outside. And I may switch a little bit. Look, I like Memphis. I like Ja. I feel like but just looking at these standings now, you got San Antonio at 3-0 right now. Also, do yours.
Do my well, I'm gonna do what we did last week. I'm gonna say who I think will be the top 6 teams, going in the playoffs from the West. But I do feel like OKC, Houston. I definitely count the Lakers in. The Lakers look like a completely different team than they looked last year. So OKC, Houston, Lakers, Clippers. I got the Clippers at 4 because the star power. It's just too much star power and they too deep. And Kawhi looks better than I've seen Kawhi look in a long time. Like, Kawhi looks like he's not going to be load managing this year. He looks crisp. And it's like they realize it's his team, not James Harden's team. They couldn't figure that out last year. I feel like the bottom two that will be fighting their way into the West are the Golden State Warriors. I know you're not never supposed to bet against Steph. And the Timberwolves. I feel like the Timberwolves have so much momentum from last year. They're not going to regress too far backwards. Anthony Edwards is on the way. I think everybody thinks it's going to be Wemby's league soon. I think AE is going to have his. I think he might get 2 before his career is done. But yeah, that's how I would put it. OKC, Houston, Lakers, Clippers, being rounded out by Warriors and Wolves.
So right now, are you shocked that Houston is winless?
I think it's just because of the guard situation, Fred VanVleet. I kind of feel shocked by it, but man, I am a Alperen Şengün fan. Like,
Şengün is nice. He's been nice.
That guy next to Steven Adams, like, what do you do with that?
Yeah, I'm sitting there looking at San Antonio like they are super young, but boy, are they talented. They got Wemby sitting there. They got Dylan Harper sitting there. They got the other dude for Stephen Castle sitting there. Hey, they got Harrison Barnes. They done put together a nice ensemble of nice young and veteran talent, and they're gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I know you always watch the younger bros coming up. What can you tell me about Stephon Castle?
Hard working guard, can get it out the mud, play both ends of the floor. I forgot they got De'Aaron Fox over there too. They got some players.
Yeah, they might make the playoffs. Like, that'd be crazy making the playoffs in Wemby's second year.
I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I think they're going to make the playoff.
So who's the bottom of the West? Because the West is. Yeah, you probably can't count Phoenix no more. Phoenix probably not gonna do nothing.
I'm looking at their squad, so we got, hold on.
Sacramento, you never know.
Dylan Harper, here for Keldon Johnson. He played De'Aaron Fox, Stephen Castle. Instead of your problem right there, you got Castle, Fox, Harper, Wemby,
Barnes,
Jeremy Scohan.
Oh yeah, he raw.
They got some players.
That sounds like Harrison a lot of speed and a lot of length. They hit you with a lot of length and a lot of speed. Yeah. It sound like.
And what's really gonna do it when you go? I want to see how Dylan Harper and Stephen Castle can play together. Because listen,
they got Wemby bringing the ball up. Wemby bringing the ball up though.
This is going to be a team that's going to put a lot of that's going to cause a lot of teams to fall in the West. Honestly,
I didn't hear you mention nothing about the Lakers, even with AR dropping 51 last night. Like what? Like, take me through this. How did you find out that Austin Reed? Because I was about to text you. I'm like, I wonder if he already know. How did you find out about the 50 ball he dropped?
You text me.
Oh, I thought you already knew.
No. No. So I did go back and watch the highlights, and I saw he did. So he like 51. And his stat line was what? 51.
He went to the line a bunch of times. DeMar DeRozan was not feeling that shit.
And 51, 11, and 9. Almost a triple-double.
Man.
No LeBron, no Luka. Is this a great game for AR, or is this a bad performance by Sacramento?
Dang.
Excuse me.
That's your thought process on it?
That's what you gotta look at it. Is it Austin Reeves is here, or is it Sacramento? Did y'all even decide to come to the game?
Oh, bro. Could that put you in the Austin Reeves hater conversation? Is that?
No, I'm just saying. It's like, dog. Okay? Let's just on Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have a lineup of Malik Monk, Russell Westbrook, Doug McDermott, Zach LaVine, Dario Saric, DeMar DeRozan, DeMonte Sabonis, Keegan Murray, Dennis Schroeder.
Keegan hurt right now, but most of them played last night. I'll say 80% of who you just named played last night.
My point exactly. And y'all let Austin Reeves take over?
Nah, Hillbilly. What did they call him last year? Hillbilly Kobe.
Like y'all let Austin Reeves go for a 50 ball. Who was guarding him?
But Keith, isn't Austin in JJ Redick's mind? Austin Reeves, I think he thinks the big three is Luka, LeBron, and Austin. We think it's Luka, LeBron, and DeAndre. I think in the Lakers organization, they think it's Luka, LeBron, and Austin.
But let's be clear, he's the third option though.
Yeah.
So the third option went off on y'all without 1 and 2 there.
But if he's done this before, then that means it's not Sacramento. You really got to look at the last time LeBron and Luka didn't play. I think I heard somebody say Austin put up like 40 points, 45 the last time he was in this position.
And that's cool, but he's supposed to be putting up 45, but y'all supposed to be up by 15, 20. He's supposed to not even have an option. It's supposed to be, he got to shoot. He got to get 45 off of. How many shots did he actually shoot?
It was nasty last night. It was no, you know what? It was efficient, but it was the line. A lot of that 50 point, a good 20 of them points came at the strike. A good 20 of them points came at the foul line.
Reeves made 12 of 22 from the field, sank 6 3-pointers, including the 50th of his career, received also 9 rebounds and 11. What was his stat line? Like, what was his
6 for 10 from 3? 6 for 10 is crazy.
Box score.
Which AI do you use? You use Siri or
I use both. So 12 for 22, 54% shooting. Dog, they not playing no defense. He went 6 for 10 on 3, so he's 60% on that. He did get 21 for free throws in. Got 22, he made 21. So he 95% from the field on that. He got 10 defensive rebounds. He got 1 offensive, 9 assists, no blocks.
10 defensive rebounds. He a guard. He got 10 defensive rebounds?
He got 10 defensive rebounds.
I mean, he was eating. Yeah. He was everywhere then. He was eating.
He was at a triple-double. And he had a plus-minus of 22. Y'all did not play no defense. There's no way that y'all let Austin Reeves get up 22 shots. He hit. He went 12 for 22. 54% from the field.
They got Dennis Schroeder. I think they had Dennis. I think they had Dennis Schroeder guarding. They had Schroeder on him.
Somebody need to do something different. And I'm looking at somebody else. Marcus Smart. He had 7 points. Rui Hachimura had. No, I'm sorry, but take that back. Marcus Smart had 11 points. Rui Hachimura had 18. DeAndre Ayton had 22.
Yeah. That's a good win.
Gabe Vincent, your boy, had 3. Gerald Vanderbilt, 11. Jake Laveria, 11. Dawson Connect only had 2.
Man, I if I could steal anybody from their team, it would be Dalton Connect. I like, bro.
And I'm looking like, dog, y'all didn't play no defense.
But listen at that Lakers squad you just listen at that squad you just ran down. I just heard you run down some talented people, right?
You didn't.
So they are not in your top 6 because why?
I don't think they're a good team. I love LeBron. I love Luka. I think the reason, they're too small. They're too small, and I'm not sold on DeAndre Ayton.
He does have a lot of people waiting to see what he's going to do. There's a lot of eyes on that man this season.
So I'm looking at it when you get to play in Wemby, when you get to play in Dallas, when you get to play in Houston, when you get to play in KC, when you get to play.
Did they play Gobert yet? No, they played Gobert. Yeah, they played Gobert. He played a big center already. He played I mean, it's Gobert.
Yeah, the Timberwolves, it's not going to end up well. They never played Denver good. Jokic always get them problems.
Well, they beat the Timberwolves the other night. It would be.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, they beat. Lakers beat the Timberwolves. They got their little bit of revenge from last season because Anthony, they embarrassed him in them 4 or 5 games, whatever that was, that gentleman's sweep. Yeah, man. DeAndre Ayton, a lot of people are looking at him as, when he was in Phoenix, that 2-man game with him and Devin Booker looked elite. It looked great. And they did go to the finals. Remember, Chris Paul went there. It was like, DeAndre Ayton was seen as a big 3 component. But why are we talking about Austin Reeves the day after their game? I really feel like that's the thing that everybody's trying to figure out about the Lakers this season. Is the big 3 Luka, LeBron, and Austin, or is it Luka, LeBron, and DeAndre? And
I don't think DeAndre is considered part of the big 3. The focus on their team will be Luka, LeBron, with Austin,
and AR. Okay.
Yeah, DeAndre is gonna have to get in where he fit in.
4th option. The man went to the finals. But
Ayton?
Yeah, but it is what it is. It is he they was cracking on his hair and all this stuff. I'm like, hey, I don't care about all that. I do think the man he got to realize people are like, hey, what you gonna do this year, bro?
And it's funny, I wouldn't want him to come to the Pistons that one year, and I'm kind of glad they didn't pull the trigger.
He's not whack though. He's not whack though, Keith. He's not whack.
He doesn't have a high motor. He doesn't play hard. He gives off that he doesn't want to win, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
The way you present on the court is what you're going to get. I want to see you fired up. I want to see that, okay, even though you not getting the plays, and you still running hard, you still rim running. You want make them have to give you the ball.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, and I don't get that from him, and that's what they want. Play hard. Go out there and just ball. Okay? If you can't get a play run for you, get it off the glass.
Right.
Go be 7 foot.
Right.
Make it so that JJ got to run some plays for love. He got to show this kid some love.
But
you just being
you think he's being passive? You think he doesn't play to his strength, his talent level?
He don't.
Okay.
He don't.
That's fair.
And it's that emotion that comes with playing ball.
Mm-hmm.
And he don't display it. He's like, do you want to be out here?
Now people think that way about Joker too sometimes, but the numbers don't lie. He look, and that's why this last segment, bro, this a perfect segue into the eye test versus Accolades segment. Cause we talking about DeAndre Ayton. I just mentioned Joker. And what you're bringing up is when you look at a player, you're looking for passion, hunger. Motor does show up in those little things throughout the game, right? And when you're saying, like, help the people who might be listening to this, help them understand what the difference between, how do you see this eye test versus Accolades discussion?
So, eye test versus Accolades. I look at it like Joker, the Joker is like the exception to the rule because he kind of right now got both. Right. This eye test showed them like, you know what? Joker knows how to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He can dribble. He can shoot. he can pass. And the good part about me is I'm 7 foot and I'm big. So I don't have to really be the fastest person on the court. I just have to be the most skilled person at my size, which I am. You know what I'm saying? But this eye test, you would think that he was sorry and wet when you stand him next to somebody like the Dwight Howard or Embiid.
Right.
But he still ball. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm glad you mentioned Embiid. The eye test with Embiid is off the charts because when you look at Embiid, you were impressed. But the accolades, this eye test versus accolades conversation, bro, it's like it could go either way because Embiid is like the opposite.
Yeah, because he had. So no, when I say accolades versus eye test, I'm like, what's more? I was really asking in terms of what does the accolades a person has put them over somebody who you know is 100% better than them. That's really what's the nature of this conversation. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying like somebody like Russell Westbrook, right? The eye test is that he's 100% better than John Stockton. But John Stockton got more accolades than him because he was the all-time leading assist leader, all-time leader in steals, all this other stuff, right?
Right.
So you gonna put John Stockton over him.
Right.
You know? But it's like realistically, John Stockton don't want to see no Russell Westbrook. Like, don't stop playing with me.
In a one-on-one, I got you.
You know, or they like John Stockton and Isaiah Thomas. Like, that is blasphemy that people try to put them in the same category.
So I got the perfect person we got to put into this. We got to, I mean, we talked about OKC last week, but they are the champions. It's a lot of talk about this, man. He already got a very unkind nickname. You know I'm big on NBA nicknames. I mean, SGA, bro. How do you put him into your eye test versus accolades analysis? The man just won a championship, but people think he is a foul merchant.
He is. But he makes you make the call. So let's be clear. As far as accolades is concerned, he had one of the best individual years you could possibly ever have.
Okay.
MVP of the league.
Right.
Right. Finals MVP, champion.
But so he goes to the line an awful lot. He lives at the line though too. He lives at the line.
But because you figure SGA, how tall is he? I mean, he's a shifty guard, and you can't touch him. And he's unstoppable. There's nothing you can do. Is he foul hunting? He's placating to the rules of the game.
Right.
He's placating to the rules of the game.
Right.
The same thing that James Harden did. The same thing that people do now. Just that it's either you follow him or you get out of his way because he's going down a straight line and you got to cut him off. And he knows that. And you can't beat him to the spot without grabbing on him.
For my eye test, for him, I feel like when I want to see him do something great, he's always I feel like I can't see him do nothing great because he's always doing foul line. He's always headed to the line. I feel like if he would just hoop, we can see an eye. Like, you know what I mean? Like his eye test is half of him getting bailed out by the refs.
Is he getting fouled?
Right.
Is he getting fouled? So you would rather the refs not call the foul?
That's debatable.
That's what you said?
No, that's debatable. I feel you on that. I watched the finals and he was getting, by that point he was getting hacked and getting fouled and it was legitimate foul. Yeah, it was legitimate.
So it's like I can't stay in front of him because he's too fast, he's long, or you foul him. So it's like it's that his fault that he's 6'6", almost 6'7", that he's just faster and longer than you. He's faster than you long.
Right.
And I play my offense is set up to where I can go anywhere and get to my spot. And once I get to my spot, you can't stop me. Because I just looked at it last night. He The game against Atlanta versus Atlanta, he only had 4 free throws.
Man, they was hooping.
The other night, what was this? And the double overtime, we went 55. He did go to the line 26 times. That was in 2000. Wow. Then the other game, he went to the line 14 times.
The memes about him. I saw a meme with him as a homeless person, like with like a like a foul, like he was, instead of asking for money, he was a homeless person asking for fouls on the street.
But I mean, like I said, you fouling him. You just hey, foul is a foul. Y'all gotta change the way y'all guard him. Cause I don't see no problem because he's playing basketball. He ain't trying to be sexy about it.
Right.
His game is not flashy.
It is not. It's a little ugly. It's not. It's a little ugly. It ain't like
It's not flashy. This is not something you're gonna must see TV and catch him on the highlight reels with a poster. That's not his game. But when you talk about playing basketball, being efficient and getting the job done, who better?
All right.
Can you throw away the accolades and still truly say Jordan's better than LeBron? Or it's just like, without those accolades, I'm going with LeBron.
For me, I don't get into this. Is Jordan is Jordan to me. All of the years that I've been like debating basketball, right? Anytime somebody brings up Jordan, I always make the point that we're standing on this man's shoulders. Like, none of this would even be discussed had it not been for Michael Jordan. LeBron wears number 23 because of Jordan. People have deals because of Jordan. We're literally standing on the shoulders of what he created, because before Michael Jordan, they didn't even televise these damn games nationally. Before Jordan, you could go to an NBA game for $6. Like tennis, like the top 3 sports in the country was baseball, football, and tennis. Arthur Ashe was a bigger celebrity than Larry Bird and Dr. J before we was born. Like, so Michael Jordan did not just elevate Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan elevated an entire league. There are kids named Jordan. There were no kids named Jordan in the 1930s and 1940s, but since the 80s on, you can find boys and girls with the first name Jordan. His impact on culture, on the league, on the sport, on the business of the sport. Me having a media background, Spike Lee and Michael Jordan's early commercials, that's why Nike is a $1 billion company. Nike was third place. It was Adidas then, Reebok then, Nike.
Yeah, there was Converse in there too.
Right. So when you look at the Jordan impact, man, it's such it's a layered conversation. But no, eye test to me, I did not like, and I'm a big LeBron fan, as we know, but LeBron's jump shot, the first 4 years, I was like, what is he doing? Like, it looked weird to me. Like a really big dude, like leaning over to this. You know how his jump shot looks when he's at the perimeter. It looked awkward, but it was efficient. His eye test, you have to adjust to even, people hadn't even seen somebody that big move that fast. I was team Melo the first couple years of the LeBron Melo, all that shit. So I really feel like eye test and accolades, I would have to give it to Jordan. Jordan is the undisputed GOAT. Everybody is under his shadow. That's how I love LeBron. I put him over all of his current class, but he is second to Jordan.
And this is where I will leave it at. It was like, it's funny because the question is, like, I was going to propose to everybody, and I wanted to do this at one time when we get a nice panel, is to, if we can redraft the entire league or whatever, right? And you had the number 1 pick, who do you take first? And not redraft the entire league. Like, if you was going to just take You know, if you had access to all of the players to ever play.
Well, from like what, 75 on? From like 1975 on or something like that? Like you gotta set a year.
Yes. However, it was like, who would you take first? And it was like, I shocked everybody. Well, my number one pick would be Shaq.
Out of everybody. Because he's the most dominant. Because he's the most dominant.
And there's nobody else that can do what Shaq do. I can find somebody to do what Mike do. Because at the end of the day, Mike, his claim to fame to me was scoring. I can find a relentless scorer. We saw it. We got Kobe. We saw a relentless scorer.
Man,
and we got people
bro.
who are relentless scorers, but maybe not as doesn't have the same type of tenacity. I'm thinking of players like Tracy McGrady, Penny, the Clyde Dresslers. There's a lot of players that they not as great as Jordan, but they were just as efficient. And if I paired them with Shaq, y'all in trouble.
So your eye test matches Jordan's skill set with those guys you just named. Take away the other stuff, but you looking at talent level, skill set, play style. Your eye test says, hey, I can find some of Jordan's skills in a Penny Hardaway, in a Clyde. That's how you're looking at it?
That's how I'm looking at it.
But with Shaq, it's God-given. It's God-given 7-footer, run the floor, dunk, break glass. Things that you can't teach.
That 2000 Shaq, when he was in LA, I don't think nobody want to see that guy.
That's your favorite Shaq? Man, we got that got to be another topic one night. We got to go through because that's not my favorite Shaq. That's not my favorite Shaq.
What's your favorite version of Shaq?
My favorite Shaq is the favorite Shaq that went to the finals. I didn't even like that he was kind of trying to take Jordan's throne, but that year that Orlando Shaq, I know he got his ass handed to him in the finals by Hakeem, but that man was unstoppable that year.
Go look at the Shaq first championship win that year, man. That version of Shaq, stop playing.
Yeah, he did have Phil and Kobe, but that's when Shaq was 34-10. Ain't that the version Kobe was like, hey, you need to lose some weight, and like wasn't that the version he was like, you need to get in the gym, bro.
I think that was the next year after that.
Oh, that's right, because they won that year. They won, then he started relaxing and started getting yeah.
But that version of Shaq, I can pair him with a lot of people, and y'all can have Jordan first pick. You can have LeBron first pick. Let me get my hands on Shaq, and I can figure it out with the rest of the people.
So even that 2000 Lakers championship, you take that Shaq, put him in the Eastern Conference. You saying that Kobe, Phil, you saying that Shaq could have won with anybody?
I'm saying that version of Shaq could have won. Yeah. Yes. If I'd have put him on another team in the East, in 2000, the best they beat Indiana for their first championship, right?
Right. Then
if I take Shaq off LA and put him on Indiana and remove Rich Smits, you telling me Reggie Miller and Jalen Rose don't get a championship?
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
That's what you asking me, right? To swap Rich Smits for Shaq.
Well, no, I'm mainly asking because this is a new theory for me. I've never really heard, even in our talks, anybody's talks. You're basically saying that if you had the chance to draft all of the talent that we've seen since the 70s, out of all of the raw talent, you would take Shaq over everybody. Kareem, Wemby, LeBron, Shaq.
Shaq is my first pick. And I will figure I can figure the rest out. Because he's going to file some of y'all out. Some of them going to be too scared to even come down there with Shaq.
True.
And then think about it, because let's be clear, guess who's not going number one pick? Shaq. So you mean to tell me I can mess around and pair Shaq with Shaq? So that's what's going to end up happening. I'm going to end up putting Shaq with somebody who's not a 50 greatest player.
You know what? That's a dope conversation. Okay, so I see why you want a panel of this, because everybody would pair it differently if you could really ask, like, okay, if you could redraft everybody, who's basically your 1 through 5, but you could start with your 1 and let the other 5, because a lot of people would just go Steph, MJ. They would go to usual people. They would go to usual people. Okay.
See, if I get Shaq off the board first, like you said, I can realistically end up with a team of, let's say, Shaq, Isaiah Thomas, and a Klay Thompson.
And then figure the rest out.
And somebody might have a problem. Or a Shaq, a Klay Thompson, and a Vince Carter.
Now, what if somebody else is picking this same squad, right? And they go with Yao Ming, Steph Curry, and Kobe?
That's ugly. That's ugly.
Because you can figure, because there are other two, you can figure them out.
But here's the thing about it. Let's say, if that's what's the chances of, who would you pick first?
Kobe.
Who would be your number 1 pick out of that thing?
Kobe.
So that's what I'm saying. So what's the chances of you get picking Kobe and being able to get Steph Curry on the same team? You won't be able to do it.
It depends on who all is picking. If it's just me and you ain't picking Steph, so I can pick.
You know what I'm just saying? That's why they don't work with 2 people. You gotta have at least 5 to 10 people.
Yeah, we gotta try it. Let's see how these conversations go. I'm gonna upload.
You see what I'm saying? Because if Kobe your first pick, by the time it comes back to you, Steph will be off of the board. So you're not gonna be able to pair Kobe with Steph Curry.
So it's really about your first pick. It's really not just about who you think the team is. It's about who you want to get off the board first.
Yeah. Because you figure somebody gonna take LeBron first. Somebody gonna take Jordan first. Somebody gonna take Kobe. Right? There was most people 3 picks. Somebody may take Steph Curry.
Yeah. Dang.
Remember the first 5. That's most of the people around Mount Rushmore as a people. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't even got to the Larry Birds and the Magic Johnson. We ain't even went there
My
yet.
point.
Right, but
so you telling me if I take Shaq first and get him off of the board first, all I need to do for Shaq is get him decent guard play. That's all I need is decent guard play, and that's what the league has a ton of.
Man, we should find a way to get enough people have this debate, and then have a 2K simulation. But
we need to have we need to be able to have a live draft, and we do this. But again, it has to be rules. So again, what I'm thinking is about you can't have no. So this is when you got to be strategic about it. You can't have no more than 2 of the 50 greatest players on your team, right? You can't have no more than 3 multi-year all-stars on your team.
So what? So you gotta fill out your rest of your team with the greatest role players of the last 50 years? How's that gonna work?
Yeah, you gotta get creative. You can't just line up and say, I'm about to make an all-star team. You gotta put a team together.
But people love picking people love picking their first 5, and the role players. I mean, the role players in the '80s and the role players of the 2010s ain't even the same role players. They don't even get paid the same.
So I'll pick them back from the '80s then.
We might have to do this in person, because that rule make it really difficult. But I like narrowing it down to 75 to now. That way we don't get wrapped up in Bob Cousy and Pistol Pete Maravich and all that shit.
You can even bring it up. You can do the 90s on up.
That leaves out Jordan though.
No, Jordan's a 90s. No,
we ain't talking about when they got drafted. We talking about when they played.
It leaves out Magic and Bird. So you can do 80s and up.
Yeah. From 1980 from 1980 to 2025, pick your starting five.
And like I said, out of that, you can only have 2 of the top 75 players on your roster. You can have, so like you can have 2 top 75 players. You're able to get 3 Hall of Fame players not on the top 75. You know, that's different.
All right, but that's enough rules. Then it's too many rules.
No, hey, that's easy.
But
because like you think about it, like again, Chauncey in the Hall of Fame, but he in the top 75 player.
True, but what about people like, you know, a lot of people gonna roll with people like Damian Lillard. You know what I mean? Like, he's on the bubble of that. He's in the top 75, but he ain't, you know what I mean? He's not, I don't think he fits the other criteria. Giannis.
So Giannis is top 75 player. So, I mean, he could be one of your top 75.
Oh, I didn't know he made that. No, Dwight didn't make it. Dwight didn't make it. That's right. Dwight Howard didn't make it.
So it could be funky, and you're gonna end up with some great players.
Yeah, and then at the end we could have all of the starting. When we could see our starting five at the end of this conversation, then we can be like, all right, now whose squad, you know, will run whose.
Yep. We gotta set it up.
I'm with that. That's a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of homework, but it'll be. But that's what I'm saying, man. Overall, I think that is. I don't know if the NFL discussions go the way NBA discussions go, bro. I don't know if the NFL. To me, the NFL fan base, like here in the city, bro. If you tell people you don't watch football, like they don't just look at you crazy. Like you might lose some friends. Like you might like stop getting invited to shit just because you don't watch the NFL. But the NBA, to me, I think the reason why we can have these type of conversations, I don't know what it is, but I think the fan bases are different. We like talking about the imagination of the sport. Like, how would it be different if we had drafted this, drafted that? Like, I feel like when you go to I've seen fist fights at NFL games, bro. Like, people be jumping people. Like I've seen a couple of people get their face rocked at an NBA game, but only during the playoffs. Like the NFL just feel like, to me, these conversations don't be as fun. To me, it's like the NFL
because it's harder to put a face with an NFL player, and it's a lot of other moving parts. Like honestly, you look up a great quarterback and you don't know what he looked like because he had his helmet on. Or great, and it's not just,
and that's part of the branding. That's part of the optics. I think, you know, just to bring it back full circle, it's just like we all have social media accounts. You don't post your worst day on social media. You don't post your house when it's looking its worst. You don't post yourself when you have, like, the same way that each person who has a social media account, we only think, well, how would this post make me look to other people? That's kind of on everybody's mind, even if only a little bit. That's how all media works. Every time that they say, well, 40 people got arrested, but we're gonna post Chauncey Billups' picture and Terry Rozier's picture, it's the same. What I'm getting at is the same way that you have an agenda for what you don't and do post, so does large media. Social media is just the social version of large media. And I just feel like the NBA, when the media is not playing tricks with what's going on, overall it's fun. The league is fun. These discussions are fun. We can get wrapped up in the personalities of these people because they don't have a helmet. Yeah. We can see them. We can, you know.
We can relate to them most of them. And like the reason why Steph Curry is so relatable is because he's doing something the average Joe Blow can possibly do. Like, I can't do what Jordan do. I don't have the athleticism. I don't have the hands. I don't have the height. You know? Mm-hmm. So I would never be able to do it. Right? Steph Curry, that's kind of attainable. I can get in shape. I can run. I can shoot.
Dude, I think you might have just... I think you just... Like, look, I do marketing and branding, but you always had the gems, bro. Like, you may have just... You're saying that is the Cause you see it with the kids. The average 10-year-old for the last 10 years, they want to be Steph Curry.
Because it's relatable. I see him. That is something that I can 100% do. Like, we all want to grow up. You want to dunk. I've never dunked a basketball. I've never touched the rim. But I done shot that motherfucker before. I shot that motherfucker.
And
shot a lot of.
And if you could shoot that from half court to full court, you might feel like Steph Curry that afternoon.
Man, I wasn't, and never was not the fastest. And again, that's why Joker is so relatable. Like, think about it. If you was a Joker, don't do nothing amazing. He's not fast. He don't jump out of the gym. He barely dunk.
Right.
He plays basketball. He plays you can very well see somebody like Joker in the men's YMCA league.
Straight up.
And you just confused as to, I just can't stop him.
So your point is so people who feel like that about themselves, that is what they see in Joker and Steph. That's kind of deep, bro.
They're relatable.
That's deep.
I can do that.
But LeBron, you ain't gonna be able to, like, LeBron throwing 90-foot passes and shit. Like, you know, like.
But here's the other side of this. People want to see Jordan because I have never seen this before. There's a reason why I want to be like Mike, because I've never seen somebody jump and hang in the air. I've never seen somebody jump from the free throw line with his tongue out. With the ball. I've never seen this before. It's amazing. He jumps, he comes on the court and he does something you have never seen before, and you will probably never be able to do. You get that wow factor. That's what brings you to the game. That's what puts him on primetime TV. That's why you said the game is built on his back, because he did things we were never able to see. And that's what I want to see. I don't want to see Joker play. The shit is boring. I don't. I mean, the average fan, I do, because it's decided to me as a basketball fan.
But the average fan, and yeah, I feel that Wemby, like they started to. I saw a YouTube thing saying Wemby has Jordan-like potential, because like man, like that man had his hand on the rim and his feet on the ground the other day.
We've never seen it before. We've never seen a dude 7'5" who was dribbling, chopping Anthony Davis down. Chop. In and out and laid it up. We've never seen somebody that tall do that before. And with the right, it's a wow factor, because again, Mike, we are never going to be 7'5".
It's not happening.
We're never going to be 7'5".
6'5", shit.
Exactly, right. Never going to be that. So I'm looking at this lanky dude. So he just did a 360 reverse layup with his head under the rim. It's like, it's just must-see TV. So that's why people are gravitating towards him, because this is something we would never ever probably see again, and I need to see it.
And I see what you're saying. It's a little bit of both. Like, we talking about basically like the allure of the NBA, right? And I feel like, you really hit the nail on the head, because it's those two things. Sometimes the fans are like, oh, he's relatable. I feel like even somebody like, Chris Middleton, those people who are kind of like the middle of the road people, Andrew Wiggins, Harrison, those people really, they don't have a big personality. And I feel like that's what you're talking about. The personality drives some things for some people, but in other people, it's like, you know what? I like him because he's special. I know I can't do any of that. He's the only one that can do it. And that's why, I fuck with his legacy. I fuck with his, I'm a fan of his.
Right.
Yeah, I think that makes the NBA special, bro, because you got both of those things.